Hey, I've got a question for you. Are you in a career or a job right now that you're really not all that passionate about, that you're really not that excited about, you really don't see much future in? Or maybe you're in school or thinking about going to school or re-going into school after, a while, and you really don't know what career to go to and where the most growth is. Maybe you've heard about things like VR, virtual reality, cybersecurity, network administration, some of these things that you really don't know, or maybe think they're too expensive to go and take too much time. Well, if so, stay here. We've got some great information because there's a lot of things that are going on right today in October of 2023 that companies like Google and some of the very largest, companies in the world are waiving the requirement of a 4-year college degree. Instead, they're focusing on skills-based training. So stick around, because if you want to earn more money and you really are really looking for something to be passionate about and a career that's exciting and going to be expanding way into the future, let me share something with you that you're really going to enjoy. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Rick Barretto from Video Game Palooza. As you know from our channel, we share lots in tech, education, gaming, VR, and everything. And so today we're going to be focusing on something that's really changing. And as of last week, I wanted to share this video because there's things that are happening in the state of Indiana here where we're based that is really exciting for you and I and anybody who's really looking to make a change in a career, make more money, but really don't have maybe the money or the time to wait a long time to change your career. And so there's really some exciting things happening that I love to share. Okay, let's go into this so you can learn more. So Hope Training Academy, this is our IT and training company. Basically, in short, we allow our students, no matter what age, to get IT in-demand career training that will lead to industry jobs, more wages, more earnings. But the key thing is these are not 4-year degrees. These are very targeted. So let me share this with you. As you see on the screen here, 4-year degrees are not mandatory in these high-tech jobs. Okay, so as this screen says, skills-based hiring. So no more college degree. Well, let me go into this a little bit further. So sharing information that's happening right here in the state, and just something that happened last week, which is a big summit downtown Indianapolis at the Indiana State Museum. We were part of a big conference with TechPoint, which is a tech innovation leader here in the state that has a big mission. And just reading up here, the Indiana Office of Technology was the first government agency in the country to switch to a skills-first hiring approach, which it pairs with an apprenticeship program. Now, Hope Training Academy, we have a registered apprenticeship program in IT and cybersecurity, which in essence means you can come if you want to go into a high-tech field such as IT, cybersecurity, game development, VR training development. You can go and get a certification through Hope Training Academy to do that, and you don't need that 4-year degree. But I wanted to point out in this article, let me switch actually over here to the actual web page, and here's the URL up here that you can go to. But if you read through here, we are helping employers to rethink and not require bachelor's degrees, and we need to have them focus on credentials and experience. So that's the apprenticeship program. So we get you a certification and we put you in an apprenticeship, which means you're going to get paid on a job that relates to what you're going for in a career. And I'm just going to skim through here, but here's the key things. Who's your company? It's like Eli Lilly, and One America and Cummins. Those are three of the largest employers in the entire state of Indiana. They are adopting these. So in their job postings for new positions, they are not requiring a 4-year degree. So that's very exciting for people that don't have a 4-year degree, or if they're in high school and are looking to immediately go into the tech sector after high school, they can start that training right in high school. Or even if you're in college, it doesn't mean if you have a 4-year degree, you can't get the jobs. But the exciting thing is, if you're not in a job or a career that you're super passionate about, it's not too late to focus on a certification, go out and get some experience and get into a new high-tech job. Here's another article that I found in Computer World. So, and what I'm doing, I'm typing in skills-based hiring is what I'm typing in these keywords. But if you read down here, companies move to drop college degree requirements for new hires and to focus on skills. And as you see, there's a lot of reasons. One of the reasons is, as we know, technology is changing so fast. Think of, say, if you're playing a game, like one of my favorites, and I've shared on different videos, Diablo Immortal. Even these games are coming out so fast. The companies like Blizzard and Activision, Microsoft, they need to continue hiring more developers, more VR and AR developers, coders, because the next games are coming out and they need these workforce, these skilled workers, and they don't want to wait necessarily 4 years, right? They want to get these specific skills. So like right here, if you see Google, a 4-year degree is not required for almost any role at the company. And a computer science degree isn't required for most software engineering or product manager positions. So I'm not going to read the whole thing, but if there's companies like Google, One America, and Lilly making these changes, this is something you've got to be aware of if you're wanting to make a change. So here at Hope Training Academy, we find talent with IT aptitude, and we puts them into some pre-apprenticeship and some filtering to see if these are the exact careers that you want to go into. We also do training, obviously. We do it on-site training with hands-on, instructor-led, in-demand certifications like CompTIA, Microsoft, Unity. So these are all, very high profile, very, high in-demand certifications that you will get when you go into one of our apprenticeship programs. You also, through inspiration, get weekly coaching, self-discovery. We help you find out through a bunch of different coaching that we have. What are your true passions about? What do you want to do in your career going forward? And is the career path that you thought or maybe didn't think about something that you want to go towards in designing something that really you're going to be passionate about in your work life? And we also retrain. So if you're an existing company, you also have a job at a company, but maybe you need to get some of the latest certifications to advance to get to the next higher rank or the next pay raise. We will retrain and continue to reskill those employees that are in existing company. So here in the state of Indiana, we have something called Mission 41K. That's by inclusively adding 41,000 tech workers by 2030. And we are partners with TechPoint and really innovating the bridge between certifications, which are, short, very focused information, and apprentices, which is on-the-job training that you get paid and you are actually working in the job. So after 6 months, if that's not something that you find after doing the job that you're super passionate about, it's not like you're going to invest 4 or 5 years before you have to graduate from college and then decide if you like the degree. And here's one more information. I'm not going to bore you with statistics. I've just got a couple to hit on. This describes the current workforce, and here in Indiana, and the one I want to highlight is 1 in 10 jobs added to the Indiana workforce were tech. So, there's really not a industry around that isn't affected some way in tech. And the last thing here in the state of Indiana for a statistic, for every 10,000 new tech workers, we're adding about almost $700 million in annual wages, which then also increases the number of personal taxes, income taxes, and sales taxes. That helps economic development for the state to put into other really exciting programs to support the people in the state of Indiana. So really interesting and exciting stuff. So a lot of people are saying, well, I heard about Hope Training Academy, Video Game Palooza, either by playing video games, esports, wanting to learn about VR, AR, cybersecurity, playing games like Diablo Immortal, for example. How exactly does that happen if we're not going to a 4-year degree? Well, this one slide kind of takes you through it. So if you look at the bottom, here, you'll see it says review our current program. So look at our website, hopetrainingacademy.org. Find out if you see a program that is of interest. Then you go ahead and complete an application. You put your information in, and we will do, after we accept you, some assessments to see if you're really cut out for the exact career that you're looking for. I'll use an example myself. If I thought I was going to go into a cooking career and I have zero skills or interest in cooking, then I probably might not be a good candidate for a chef. So a lot of this is education. So if you match this qualification and we share the information with you and you agree that you think you're going to be on the right track to a career in high tech, we will put you through a which is called a pre-apprenticeship program, between 80 and 100 hours of guided virtual training. This is stuff you do at home. You go through a course. It's a pre-apprenticeship. It's called digital inclusion. So you'll know some of the very, very basic stuff. Once you go through and complete that full pre-apprenticeship program, you actually will earn a industry certification that's relative. So it's very relevant training. Once you go through that, you're going to get to know us. We're going to get to know you, which is very important because, as you see in the next one, interview with our talent team. You need to be interviewed because our team is going out and speaking with employers that are looking for high tech candidates that are passionate about the specific career that they're going with. So once we make a match, if you want to use a match per se, you'll see at the top, you are hired. You will be with your success coach. We will match you with an employer. You will be paid. You will start the apprenticeship program. And then the apprenticeship programs vary. They could last up to a year. But the important thing is you're getting paid. You're doing relevant work in a career that you're passionate about. Or on the other hand, if you go through halfway through the apprenticeship and you feel that's really not exactly the career path that you love, that's okay because we can adjust, okay? So there's the basic pathway. As mentioned, Hope Training Academy has a registered apprenticeship program with the United States Department of Labor. And this is in desktop support, networking, and cybersecurity. What it in essence means as you go through our program, this is kind of like your diploma. That's all the curriculum and everything has been endorsed by the United States Department of Labor saying this is appropriate training, appropriate apprenticeship. It's check marks so that when you put that on your resume, when the employer sees that you're through Hope Training Academy, which is a registered apprenticeship, it adds an additional level of certification on top of the certification that you're getting that relative industry knowledge. Here's a couple examples of some of the programs. So we have a brand new program if you are a veteran and your family. So as you can see on this, we're helping Hoosier veterans find their place within Indiana's high growth industries. Because we have something and access to something called the GI Bill. So the nice thing is if you're a veteran, it costs $0 to go through this program. You come through Hope Training Academy, you go to our site, you apply, you go through that process I just shared with you. And the key things about this program that we have partnered with some local colleges to go through, Indiana Wesleyan is one of them. Once approved, you will come to training. And this is training that's on site. So if you're out of state and you want to, and you apply and you get approved for this training, it's okay, because through the GI Bill, they will actually, believe it or not, fund you to move. They will fund you for a place to stay. They will also help fund and pay your way through the education process and this apprenticeship program. And we also will have our employers also obviously will pay you. So the nice thing is, even though you do require to be on site in our classrooms and live in Indiana, we've got the GI Bill that will help our students. And that's one example. If you're not a veteran, that's okay. We've got other programs as well, but we're really excited about our new veteran program. I'm not going to go through all these steps, just a snapshot of some of the things that go through the apprenticeship program. I've kind of laid that out in a previous slide, but it's a very, very systematized approach that starts with your interest, and we help you find that interest and go all the way through a rewarding career. Here's a couple of the tracks, if you will. So on the left, and my head is kind of in the way, but we've got the IT and cybersecurity. As you see, we are a registered CompTIA education academic partner. That's a big, long word of saying we have CompTIA is the number one third-party neutral, meaning it's not Microsoft, it's not Cisco. It's a vendor neutral training. It's the largest certification program in the world. Starting with IT fundamentals, then there's A+, there's Network+, there's Security+, and all the way up. And the point of this is you can start with the IT fundamentals, which is a digital literacy, digital inclusion, and see if it's right for you. If you don't feel after that it seems like that it's for you, that's great. We've got other options as well. But then when you go up and get the A+ certification, that's the first certification that, once you put that on the resume, it opens the door to many entry-level IT jobs. And when we put you into the apprenticeship program, you're actually working, you're getting paid, and you're also earning and learning and getting these certifications. So by the end of the apprenticeship program, not only do you have the certifications, but you can also have the relative experience and also the dollars in your pocket. One also really exciting thing is in the high schools here in Indiana, you're able to get these certifications, I believe in your junior and senior year of high school, so that by the time you graduate high school, you can then come to Hope Training Academy with some certifications, and then we can put you into some careers. As you know from our channel, and you look, we've got our foundations in esports, video games. I've created 2 or 3 video game companies myself over the years. So we definitely know video games, we know tech, we know game development, we know coding and cybersecurity. And if you want to know more, watch some of our old videos, learn about the LAN network and how players like Ninja stayed and lived with us and learned, and we learned from them about what esports and education means. Also on the other side, we've got the coding and VR developer. So we've got the Unity program, and Unity, if you don't know, is the number one of the top game development engines and platforms for if you want to become a game developer. So some of the very, the very best video games that you may be used to seeing or playing have either all been done in a platform like Unity or mostly. A lot of immersive VR experiences are also done. So here at Hope Training Academy, we have already been developing immersive VR training for our computer and IT students, so you can learn in the VR environment with a headset on how to take apart computers and do lots of other things. We have a strong partnership with Indiana University, so we are developing the next range of all areas of VR training, and we need talented career people that want to be into coding and game development and VR development, have certifications like CompTIA and Unity, and go into the high-paying workforce. So we've got the jobs, we've got the need, we've got the certifications. We just need the people like yourself that may be interested in choosing that career. As you see, once again, here is the, another slide. It's called the Unity Certified User. We are also a authorized Unity educational facility that can provide you this training. So, it's very exciting. So like I said, if you're at all attracted to some of these games, if you're wondering how to be a game developer or a coder or have security in any of this, cybersecurity, any of these IT fields, this is the way to go. Some of the jobs that you can get in with a VR or Unity certification is, as I said before, game development, AR and VR, and architecture, engineering, and construction. So there is not an industry that is current or, that cannot use some sort of VR training, training and implementation and education. It's really obviously changing the way the world works, the way we are educated, and you can be a part of that if you join Hope Training Academy. Last thing I'm just going to put on this slide, and you notice Marcus on here, the gentleman with the PlayStation shirt. This is one of the slides, type of things that I'm most proud of as, starting Hope Training Academy with myself and my wife, Kara and our team. This is what it's about: family. It's about that unity and helping people to, succeed in life wherever you are. And like I said, we've got lots and lots of stories like this and graduates that have participated in our program. So in closing, thank you for the time. And hopefully some of this information is exciting to you. And it makes you think about what you're really passionate about in terms of your career and your job. As I always say, and I've probably said it many times in these videos, I'll continue to say it. I've been blessed that I knew what I wanted to do at a very young age, 8, 9, 10 years old, as I started in the Atari 800 computer, as I aged myself at 64K of memory, coding, game developing, learning, and then my whole career in IT, video games, tech, and now in tech education. Everybody, that is watching this, you all don't necessarily need to all be IT people. You're all going to have your own thing that you're passionate about. But the key thing is, whatever you do in life, and I had this long conversation with my son Pierce yesterday, and all my kids, my older kids, be passionate about what you do. It doesn't really matter what you do as long as it's something that, is to your heart and you feel fulfilled. And there is really no limit for what you can do as a person. You need education. You need to, also help inspire others, work with coworkers to, make your job, your workforce, your city a better place. So thanks again for your time and attention. If you're interested in any of this and changing into a new career, or just talking about to somebody about potentially changing your career, call us at Hope Training Academy. That's hopetrainingacademy.org or videogamepalooza.org. And we look forward to spending some time with you and hopefully help you advance to your next career and job that you're really passionate about. Take care.